Hello, everybody. Oh, now you're big and I'm small. I'm talking. Okay, there we go. Last minute getting things straight. So, to anybody that is joining us today, we are working on two main things. One, we're going to look at some pull requests, and then two, we are going to get into Visual Studio Code and get the live sharing working via VM and via Christina's machine, so we can see Christina coding on my VM and vice versa. So that's our mission for today. All right, so just as we went live, I sort of messed up the thing. So if you can share your screen, I'll look at that message you just sent me, and we can start looking at the pull requests.
Alrighty. Let's say that one. Oh. Okay, do you see it?
Let me fiddle with this for a second. Unpin video. Other button. And yes. There we go.
Cool.
Getting it straightened out for everybody else real quick. And there's your desktop.
All right. So, preface, I'm also on a very large monitor. So,
yeah. I'm going to try to zoom that in for everybody.
I can zoom in as well. How's that?
That's better. Yeah. So what is your resolution?
Oh, this is so so we're moving we're selling this 45-inch TV.
Yeah.
So we hooked up the TV to my monitor or to my laptop. So that's what I'm working with. It's a huge yeah. So all right. So you want us to bring up GitHub?
Yeah.
All righty. So here are the, can we see this?
I believe so. Yeah.
I can make it bigger. Okay. So we have two PRs. I'll open number 4 first. All right, let's check it out. So yeah, did you want to go ahead and talk through?
Yep, I'm pulling it up on my screen too real quick, just to.
Okay.
Let's see, which one was that? The 4?
Yeah, this is number 4.
All right, let's see here. Which one is this? Remove database, specific migrations, information, and rescoping this. So what I did here was I created a new repo for the backend, which is called, I think, Trux Cassie baseline or Trux backend baseline, something like that. If you go to Reptano and then just type in Trux, you'll see both this and the other repo. Took out 2 files that had the CQL, since there's no Cassandra database being built for the client side. It's only something that the backend needs, and the backend will provide the services. So I took those 2 files out, no need for that. And then in the dev down and dev up bash files, I added, or what did I do? No, actually I just took out basically the Cassandra piece of it. So it still creates the network, and my idea at some point is to, very, very soon, matter of fact, is I'm going to create a backend build which will build a backend Docker image, which this repo can use, and then the client side will always just have a finished to whatever the last build version of the backend is image that it can use to pull and spin up, and then the client side and the respective client side team can then just work freely from the client side and have an actual backend services container actually run and provide the API endpoints that need to be developed against.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I got this part done, created the other repo. Should have, oh, right here, I actually put the name of the other repo, Trux Services Base.
You want me to go to that?
You don't need to right now,
Okay.
because this is just, for this PR, it's just this change with some of the files taken out and various things taken out, which is just good to note of what those things actually do in the folder now, which is not a lot of anything.
Mhm.
And that's it for that PR. So if you want to, you should do the merge. Since I did the change, you should do the merge. So
See.
I don't think there's anything that should conflict. GitHub says there's no conflict, so.
Submit.
Oh, I wonder if I put myself on there too, then I get to approve it and you get to approve it, right? Is that how that works?
I don't know.
Huh. I guess we'll figure it out. Some of this stuff I'm not used to using because it's still kind of newish.
So that one's merged.
Awesome.
And we'll go back to the other one. Number 5. Updating map to Seattle, add a dummy data. Oh, this one was mine.
Yes.
And I forgot to add you.
Oh, and I think...
There we go.
Are we? Oh, okay, so now I get to review it. Sweet.
Do you want me to stop sharing or?
No, that's fine. I'll do it and just speak to it from your repo there. So if you go in the commit, what do we have? I mean, in the files changed, I mean. What all do we have in there?
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember what I did. I'll start at the truck item. So essentially, we still have dummy data in here that we're pulling from.
Okay.
So I tried to find, based on this website, I think it's called like JSON dummy API or something like that. I'll have to figure it out and let you know. But basically, it's just you can make a fake call to it and it returns back dummy data. There are different routes as well that you can target. I was targeting a to-do list that they had, but I actually found another route that kind of fit more our needs because it had things like address as well as like contact information and things like that that I felt like we could target more to our application.
Right.
So basically what I did was just change around the title to more of like the company title for our dummy data. And then I set the styling a little bit. I just made the map smaller so that we could show the list of trucks that we had displayed.
I got you.
And then pretty much I was messing with this map. I changed it from Charlotte here to Seattle. Pretty easy if we want to change it, you know, to whatever city we want to at the moment. With Vue.js, one of the things I want to figure out is, I guess, like how to customize this even more to make it dynamic rather than having it hard-coded.
Right.
So that's something that's a to-do item. And then for the positions here, I just swapped those around to some dummy food trucks in Seattle.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and then other than that...
We're going to have our respective city longitude and latitudes memorized very soon.
Yeah, really. Yeah, other than that, I switched to do over to users. Oh, here it is, the JSON placeholder. So that's the API call.
Okay, yeah.
And I figure once we get our data, all we'll have to do is switch this around and then change around our bindings.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. And I commented this out so that we could actually see the truck list.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Pretty easy. The cool thing, like with this, if we want to comment out components, we can do that. For example, like we've got the toolbar here, the Google map, and then I just uncommented out the trucks. So you can add a truck as well as view the list.
Yeah.
You can also delete it.
Okay.
So very simple CRUD stuff.
I like it. Looks fine to me. So I'm going to merge it.
Cool.
Add my review. I don't think I wanted to click that. I just wanted to submit review and should go poof. And it should go poof on your end, I think. Oh, it might actually not update on that screen. I think if you were looking directly at the page that shows the details, it would auto update. Oh no. I didn't actually click the... There we go. Now it should disappear in a second.
Successful.
Yeah, it's all merged. Cool. Delete. It says, what's that delete branch where it has the arrow there? Like to drop down to the right there.
Delete yeah. So, with like PR commits, if you have like different PRs, you can just close that branch rather than congesting up.
Yeah. I didn't know they had that dual option like that, where you can delete just the branch or delete the fork too. I hadn't seen that. I don't know. So many little new GitHub options are popping up that I've lost track of how many new ones there are.
Yeah, I have noticed that too. It's like a lot of little small updates.
Yeah, somebody was sardonically saying to me, maybe the purchase by a multi-billion-dollar organization has funded new feature development at GitHub. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I don't think that's it.
Oh, that's funny. All right, cool. So next thing's next is trying to figure out the VS Code thing.
Yeah.
So even though I'm envious of your screen, you have a very nicely done color combo and theme there with your VS Code and everything.
Thank you.
You don't have to keep sharing it though if you don't want to.
Okay.
And I'll split out to us and my background VM here. Boom, there we go. I'm slowly getting used to doing the 19 different things to get pictures to show up where they should on the screen.
Yeah.
But I still feel like I'm too slow sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's the wrong screen for 2 seconds. All right, so I got my screen popping up on stream now. And let's see, let's get Zoom doing right so it looks correct on the screen. Oh, no, it takes up the whole screen. Give me just a second more here.
Okay.
Oh, it is correct already. I'm just not paying attention. Cool. All right. So if we open up Visual Studio, so you have the live share button on the bottom of your screen too, right?
Yes.
And I'm gonna actually go and pull up the docs for everybody to look at, and So I'm gonna share a silly thing with everybody where I've been very naive and oblivious in the industry for a long time. I have always used the term RTFM that I need to read the manual, and I've always used it in my own context. And I've only recently learned that people were mean and used it at other people. No one ever did that to me. And so all of a sudden it hit me, wow, it sounds really rude when you tell go RTFM. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that could be harsh if you threw it at somebody else. So I was about to say,
I don't think anyone said that to me.
I, I guess it happens more than I. Yeah, somebody just commented, yeah, jerks. So what I usually say, and I don't ever really, I mean, maybe somebody told me before, but I just shrugged it off and I like didn't care or whatever. But I routinely tell other people though, hey, I'm gonna go RTFM because whatever I have done through trial and error has not worked. That's usually the scenario in which I use that acronym, which isn't harsh to anybody except like I need to go read the manual.
Right.
So it's one of those things that hits me, and I was like, oh god, people like harshly say go RTFM. It just sounds crass. But let's see here. Okay, VS Code. What do they call it? They call it live share.
Mm-hmm.
Google is already trying to help me find the correct thing that I want. So I'm pulling the doc up here, and let's see if it has a quick like getting started thing. Because I feel like we started to make good progress last time, but we were still somehow not getting it to connect right.
Right.
Oh, this is trippy. Oh, Amanda Silver wrote this doc. I know her. She's super cool.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, everybody should go follow her. She does awesome work, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, random props shout out there. So on the dock here, let's see. My scroll is not working so great. Why live share? Find out more. You have to sign up to something? Oh, I guess we do have to have, you have to have either a GitHub or one of the Microsoft accounts, which I don't even know what they actually call those anymore. They used to call them like live.com accounts or I don't know, stuff that they don't even have the property anymore. I guess they probably own the property, but like it's not online. Like they kind of killed it. So I don't know what they call it now. I guess it's a Microsoft account or a GitHub account. So that's important to note to everybody.
Outlook account?
Yeah, maybe they do call it an Outlook account or Office 365 account these days. Mm-hmm. So once you have that, then I just want... Oh, this is kind of funny. Where is just a... I just want a thing that tells you how to do it. Oh, here we go. Let's watch this. Oh, the video is kind of long, but let's watch this. I'm gonna screen share it via Zoom with you.
Cool.
And see if, well, I hope it's cool. I hope it works.
It's probably a commercial.
Share screen. There we go. Now I have screen in screen. Okay. So. Oh, that's kind of awesome. Zoom actually moved our faces out of the screen and is just sharing the screen that I'm showing everybody now. So let's see if you get this with sound and everything.
What I would normally do at this point,
can you hear it?
We go to Stack Overflow.
I can't.
A question or an issue out in a particular repository. But
can
I
others?
When I'm going to get an answer back. Sure. And since we're doing this demo, I really want to get an answer right away.
It's very quiet going out.
Cartoon Balloon hears it.
I don't know. Oh, I could speed it up, make it faster.
Develop some tools. Go find a colleague to go and.
It's turned all the way up.
Quietly.
Now I can't hear. I can't even hear it. Are they talking anymore? Why are videos so hard? Oh, he might not be talking. Because they're doing like a thing where they're just doing the Slack, so maybe they aren't talking. Oh, they're setting up the whole scenario. So let's... I don't know. I have to say, which might be ironic saying this on a live video stream, this might not be the ideal way to set up a initial doc on how to do something. I am going to re-Google that. VS Code live share example. So there's this one, live share marketplace. I'm kind of tripped out if all they have is literally a video. So that's that doc. And then here, oh, it says installation. If you need, you got to get Visual Studio Code installed. Then get the live share extension, which we both have that. We already got that.
Right.
Then let it install the dependencies. Then you get the little button. And there's some Linux stuff, whatever. That's weird. Anyway, so sharing, what you're supposed to do, here's something useful finally. After installing VS Live Share, it only takes a few steps to instantly share your currently open project. Oh. I tell you what, on your end, open up a project, whichever one you want.
Okay.
And then get the link and share that with me.
Okay.
I think that might work.
Alrighty. It says copy to clipboard. You want me to paste it in Zoom?
Yeah, I guess so. However that works.
So we copied the invite and I put it in Zoom.
Okay. I'm going to find where Zoom might have possibly put chat right now, because I don't know. Oh, I'm going to stop my share real quick. Ah, there we go. Now I can see chat. Oh, and the cool thing is the audience actually can't see that chat, so I can safely copy my super secrets and then, of course, paste them in front of everyone into the editor. So let's see here. How do I... Whoops. So I want to sign in. I'm going to sign in with GitHub. I think. What in the world? Okay, hold on a second. I'm doing super secret two-factor auth here. I'm going to blank out the screen for just a second because I don't want anybody to see my two-factor auth code. Ah. Okay, there we go. Now it says ready to collaborate.
Okay.
So that means what for me? Oh, here we go. Switch to stable features. Yeah, sure. Let's switch to stable features.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't want to. How do I do this?
Go to
Start
see where it
debugging.
says Adrian with the little like podcast looking icon. Yeah, click
Yeah.
that. And then
So I should stop though and then join yours, right?
yeah.
So okay. Don't click the live share button directly. Click on what? Okay. So that's important to note. There's
Yeah.
the
So
live
just-
share button. And then I guess what's the other thing called? Oh, just your account button. So I have to click it to get the session path. So start collaboration session, join collaboration session.
Yes.
Whoops, I don't think that's, I gotta get the path
That's it.
again.
Right? Or
Is that the right one?
should be if it's in the Zoom.
Yeah, cool, that looks right. My copy paste between VM and local machine gets a little weird sometimes, so I wasn't sure if it did the right one. Okay, so I get what it's doing then. So since you shared, it's actually taking your workspace or whatever folder that you have open,
Mhm.
and then I guess copying it, literally copying it, so that I can then interact with it also. Well, now it wants me to sign in. Didn't I already sign in?
Joined.
What was that?
It said you joined my session.
Sweet. I believe we have success so far. Awesome.
See the live share chat?
So
Click that tab.
share chat. On the...
See where it says the tab right by Google Maps.view file? On the right. Keep going.
Wait, on
Keep-
the right. Oh, this.
Yeah. See the tab right there? Top right.
Oh, this. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. So how do I do this? Oh, there we go. I clearly don't have the best background for that. But that's
No.
awesome. So then you can copy and paste me stuff there. We have your terminal down below. Ah, okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
Request read-write access. What did you get when I requested read-write access?
I get a make the terminal read write for everyone or keep it read only. So I'll go ahead and enable it for you.
Sweet. So focus terminal. So then I can... Oh, look at there.
Whoa, I see it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that is so awesome. Now I know, like when I got this to work one other time, one of the things that I was doing is... Oh yeah, so over in the project, like if you... Let's say we open up... I don't know, what's a file that has stuff we can edit? Oh, let's look in the app view file. So like if I'm looking at the app view, I think on your screen you'll see that it's like highlighted and it has my username or whatever.
I see that it's open. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I see your purple cursor now,
Mhm.
just like it's a Google Doc, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
But what's interesting too, and this is what tripped me out. So like, let's say you're editing something in this file, app.view, and then I go into main.js, and I start to edit. Like, I'm editing something there right now. Like, if you now go look in it, I've just edited that.
So it really just opens up as a group on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. So if I were to go to like,
Oh yeah.
let's see, let me go to like the ad truck. You should see it pop up.
Add truck. Oh, in the left-hand open editors.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Yep, it just popped up. Just
Okay,
a little
cool.
bit of lag. This is an amazing thing, really.
Yeah.
It seems strangely what's the word? like we're breaching security and hacking each other's computers or something.
I know. I feel like to give them terminal access, you've got to pretty much trust them.
Yeah, seriously. Or know where they live. Yeah, that's that was the one thing that my friend Bobby did, and then I typed rmrf / and he freaked out when he realized that's what I actually typed. And he immediately started backspacing it. Cool.
That's
So that's really the mission that I wanted to aim for us to achieve today, was to get those PRs merged and get this working, because in future sessions, we can definitely work this way.
Yeah.
Because then we can just, like in the stream, as everybody sees, we can just stick our faces off to the side or move us out of the way and just focus on the code and then both work actively in the repo?
You can even join audio call. You can enable audio for the live share.
Well, how do you do that?
So if you click your name again, and you can see it says
Back
start
in.
or join audio call.
My name or your name?
Yeah, go down to that little like podcast icon where it says Adrian at the bottom.
Start or
What?
join audio call.
I guess that's a broadcast icon. But
Yeah, that
you
makes
can do
sense.
the audio. Okay, so it looks like I have the ability to invite others as well.
Yes.
So I guess since I'm the one that started the live chat or the live share. Ooh, okay.
I just started an audio call, so
I just joined it, so
Yeah.
there might be echo.
I was gonna say we're gonna set up a feedback loop here.
Oh, I hear it.
Whoa.
Can you?
I wonder how long the echo is.
That's neat.
I feel like everything's going back and forth here.
That's
Cool.
actually pretty clear.
It is. See, I'm gonna click focus recipients too, or focus request. So how do I turn the mic thing off? Manage call settings.
It's the little sound button or icon at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. I just went through some weird circuitous route. I don't remember how I just turned it off, but I did.
That's cool.
That's that's like 80% of the functionality that's needed to do the live stream.
This is I see this as being the future for development right here.
Oh yeah.
Is that like you don't even have to leave your home, right, to get that like pair programming experience.
That I know. That's such a cool. I love this so much. Just the notion of that.
We're both sort of like in awe right now, I feel.
Yeah. I even looked at this a little bit before, but I've never dug into the individual pieces this much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely do future sessions this way because it makes getting the code on the screen that we're both working on much easier.
How did you do that focus attention thing?
So I clicked on my little broadcast deal, and there's a focus participants. I don't know exactly what it did though.
So what it's doing on my end is it's actually following your scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you jump to...
And there's your cursor.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so I see all of that.
Very cool.
Try going to another page. Yeah.
Did it follow still? Oh
It
yeah, because
does.
there's your cursor.
Yeah.
Ha. What color is my cursor?
Pink.
I like that.
Yeah.
I wonder. Now I'm curious. Like, how can I change my themes?
Oh yeah. So if you do, oh well, I know how to do it for Mac. I don't know if you're on a Mac.
Oh wait, did you just click on one of the menu items, like File, Edit, Selection, or something?
I'm clicking.
Oh, okay. So for a second, I thought like I did something, and your click had overtaken my click somehow. That would have been strange. Let's see. What was the other thing? There's audio call.
Command Shift P on Mac brings up your preferences. So maybe Control Shift P for you.
Yep.
Yeah, and then type in theme.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Generate color theme from current settings. No, I don't want to do that.
It's the second one, color theme.
Icon theme. Oh, look at there. I have other stuff. Whoa. That just Now my eyeballs feel funny.
That was me last night on this like huge ass TV.
I always get lost on big screens like that. I start putting it's like I actually lose stuff on the table, right? Like
Yeah.
I set something down and then I'm looking for it. Where did I put it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's vicious. Solarized dark. Oh, some of these are wonderful.
And they have the install additional themes. A lot of people just went and made their own themes, and they're really cool. I've got like 20 themes downloaded.
Going with red for the moment. I hear that red brings out rage in people, so we'll see how we're doing.
I know that orange makes people hungry.
I could go with that. But then, of course, we're talking about food trucks all the time, so we might not want to amp that up even more.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see. All right, so we've got that working. We got the PRs submitted. I'm gonna pull up the other GitHub repo real quick, and I think I might be wrong, but I might have a PR in there. But just to talk through it real quick.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so that's the repo, but then over yonder in my repo, I have stuff. And I bet I have submitted a PR, but we'll look at that in just a second. Yeah. All right, so new pull request. There might already be yes, okay. So on my screen here, I'll share with you real quick so you can get the good real-time stuff. There we go. So in the list of changes, I don't know, there's a good bit of chunk of stuff in this one. And my scrolly is not working very good. All right, so the basic things that I did was, as you can see, I added... Oh, yeah, I put everything in one thing. I should have done some individual ones. My bad. So somewhere down here. There it is. Here is the dev up and dev down script files that I basically took out of the front end and put back here so that I could spin up a Cassandra node to work with and build out schema for to start building out the services and everything. So, and then I broke out one model object that I have so far, which is this. It's just a type. I added a few pieces to the original model that I had created, which I think had an ID, name, phone details, truck type, and then that was about it. I added the other kind of obvious thing that we need, which is latitude and longitude. I also added Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter because those seem like prominent things that most carts have associated with them in some way or another. And since we'll probably end up building some kind of first tier services and capabilities around the food carts associations to those social media platforms, it seemed a good idea to go ahead and add them just to have them as a prominent initial list of data whenever we pull the data back for the list of trucks in a particular geographic region. Then below that, we can see where I've added the routes. So this is basically like you'll have, well, locally it'll be localhost : 8079. I went with that just so that we'd use 8079 and 8080. And then I have /trucks /truck/ID of truck /truck that does a post to add a truck and the respective truck details. And then I thought I had updated this, but I want to have it says /truck/location/location ID.
Right.
And that'll get a truck by a specific location and return all of the truck details is what that would do. So those are the initial services that I've started to create that are in this PR. And I have a feeling that I'm probably missing a little bit. I probably have a commit or two that I need to add to this still that is sitting in my IDE at the moment. But then let's see, scroll up here, and that's just some notes there that I took on various things. Here is the CQL statement where I create a key space, which I call Trux_SSOR for source system of record, and then the actual Trux table, which has all the pertinent details in there. And yeah, it definitely is missing something because I added ID to the primary key list here so that it would become the partition key and prevent other issues that I was coming up with. But we can talk about that a little bit more later.
Okay.
Just get through this PR for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I have as with the CQL file to bring up all of that with like an initial record, I also have the tear down the key space and the table file too. Then my main.go file, this is basically what this does is it starts the web service that'll have all the API endpoints. You can see here there's two other little bits which I'll talk about in a second. The setup, default configuration, and load configuration, and that it pulls that from a config.json file that we can edit. If the file doesn't exist, it actually creates it and puts defaults in it. And once it's there, then you can just go in and edit it visually, and it's easy to do once it has the specific like key value settings in there. It's a little easier to kind of eyeball it and know which parts to change. And that's set up so that the ID I was talking about before, where the client side will have a Docker container that it can just spin up and then connect to, I'll have everything mapped accordingly so that when you spin it up, you don't have to really do anything extra in the development environment to connect. It'll have like the default routing connected, and you can just start working on the client side. A whole lot more of that to talk about in the future, because we'll talk about going from development to a production environment where those things will need remapped. But we don't want to have to do it every time. So we'll go through like a CI/CD setup where we can get our continuous integration build running, and then we'll have it continuously deployed so that when it goes through a successful build and it verifies all the mappings and all the integration tests, then it can go ahead and ship it to a production environment and have it appropriately remapped for like a cluster that's not one node but has like 3 or 4 or 6 or however many nodes within the cluster. It'll ship the middle tier Go out and deploy it to a node or two, and then the client side to its respective nodes. And it'll remap all that stuff. So we'll get into that in the future. It's a development paradigm of its own.
Nice.
So, and then one other thing in that file, oops, I moved too far. It starts the router and creates the routes, which is kind of similar to what you see in a lot of client-side libraries. Like you'll see a route or maybe even a view route or something like that, depending on the design pattern it's using.
There's a view router that we could use as well. So yeah, I wonder like how does that work, or do we know yet how those two talk to each other?
Well, so this is just English overload, right? These routers completely unrelated, but since they do a similar type of functionality, from the service side, from the service side's point of view, its user interface is just an HTTP API endpoint. And thus, when writing the service, it has the concept of routers and then handlers that handle a request to a route. So when that route gets the request, the handler then does whatever it's going to do, like look at the request and the query string and the path and all that kind of stuff and determine what to do. So it's kind of like thinking of it as this is the user interface of the server side.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Not that you'd want an end user to ever have to read this stuff, but Let's see here. And then here's one of the handlers where it goes out, issues this CQL statement against the database to pull back the records, then maps it into this iterator, which is just something that's working with a for construct. So it's looping through and taking the data out per row and putting them into a list of truck objects or truck types in Go speak. So here's where it appends it. This is where I create the original truck object. And then when it's done, here it is. So it marshals it into a JSON object and then spits it out. So like if you went in and you typed curl localhost 8079/trucks, it'll give you back a list of JSON object that are all the trucks in the database.
Oh, neat.
Currently. At some point, we need to change this so that it will say, here is a city, or here is a latitude and longitude, and we want everything within X number of miles, and we'll get the box, the geographic box of where things are. Because we will have to, when there's 8 bazillion trucks in here, we only want the chunk that we actually want to look at.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the moment, this does work. It returns like 3 trucks or whatever it is that is in the default install there. And then these are the ones that need implemented. And then this is like some helper functions. I wasn't quite sure where to refactor and break those out to, so I use the rando name of the errata.go file. And I just stuck all the extra bits in there for now.
Okay.
And some of that too has to do with the configuration I was talking about. I pulled in, so for the routers and mapping and everything, I used a library called Mux. Then for the configuration, I used a library called Viper. And then for the queries out to Cassandra or DSE, I'm using a library called GoCQL. And just like on the client side, or using, not really the client side, but using Node, when you use NPM, I'm using a similar tool for Go called dep, and it just stands for dependencies. And it maps out and goes out and pulls the dependencies off of GitHub for me.
Okay, cool.
And then I think, yeah, there's that config file. So I have the default config file put in there. And based on the Docker image, like anybody can pull this down, run the dev up, and then this config file will be good for them on their machine. So they can just, it's like 2 steps and you're up and running and able to work on whatever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
So that is this PR. Had a load of stuff in there.
Can you send me that link?
Yes. Let's see here. Did I close? Are you still in here? Yes, you are. How do I go back to chat? How do I remember how to do a computer?
Oh, the live share tab.
Live share. Isn't that what I'm on?
Right by the add truck tab. Oh, that's cool. You can whiteboard?
Whoa. This just got exponentially cooler.
Yeah. I don't know how you got there, though.
Oh, this is spectacular. So I clicked on the live share button to the far left bar. And
I
then
don't have
there's
that button.
You what?
I don't have that button.
You don't under like Explorer, Search, Source Control.
No. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Wow.
So that I clicked on it, and then under Session Details.
Session Details.
Oh, if I click on you, it shows what file you're looking at. And then further down, which I didn't even realize until just now when this happened, there's a chat channel, which is what I was trying to go to, but I clicked on whiteboard right below it instead.
I see chat channel, but I don't have whiteboard.
Oh, maybe I somehow added an additional thing.
Hmm.
I wonder if I can.
Can you click the focus participant thing and see if maybe I can?
Oh yeah, let me do that. Focus participant. No?
Yeah.
You're
so-
missing all of my awesome art. It's so cool.
Brr.
So what was I actually doing? Oh, I was pasting something. There we go. I pasted the path to the repo in there.
Okay, cool. And I will go ahead and pull it.
Yeah, because if you're happy with this, you can merge it then. I'll be very happy if you're happy with my Go code mess. Nice. I love it.
Merge.
Victory. I feel like we've made a lot of progress today, and we haven't even actually written code. At least not
I
new
know.
code.
I think we were just so pumped up about
VS
life.
Code. Yeah.
Now I got to figure out how to get the whiteboard.
Yeah, you definitely got to figure that out, because that's just too fun. How did I do that? I bet
Ooh,
it's just like a
It is-
plugin.
It's a plugin.
Uh-oh, you kicked me out of the collaboration session.
Oh man, I reloaded the plugin. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, I have so many recommendations now. It also knows where, it doesn't know where any of the code is anymore. Like once we disconnected, since you were the host, it like took your code and left.
Oh, cool.
That is pretty awesome. It's reassuring in many ways too.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have so many recommendations. Beautify code in place for VS Code.
So what if you live share with me now? And
Okay, let me try and, well, what did I just do? No, settle down, computer. Oh, I don't. So if I don't have a folder open, it was forcing me to open a folder, which is a pretty smart thing. Let's see here. Go, source, GitHub. I'm going to open the Trux service base. We can take a look at that. Oh, no, I don't save that one. Now let me try this sharing again. All right, starting collaboration session. I feel like it needs some beep, beep, boop, boop sounds or something. So did it do the invitation link copied? Okay, let's copy it again. And then,
you can just throw it in Zoom.
oh, there we go. I was gonna, I gotta stop doing share to see my chat. I don't know how to get to Zoom chat without doing that. So there you go.
Okay. Launching.
Oh, wow. What the heck?
It says cannot be launched. Hold on.
Oh, I did just figure out something, though.
It said it couldn't be launched. I don't know why.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's a bleak error message. I wonder if... I wonder if it's because I have Go plugins installed. It doesn't seem to make sense, though.
Mine seems like a computer security thing. Like I'll show you.
Oh.
My screenshot looks.
That could be. I wonder if it's, yeah.
Show you what I have. This thing. Do I need VS Code open?
I think so. Like the editor itself?
Mine's open, but it's on a different file.
Oh, yeah, no, I
wait.
think it should just,
I think I did it wrong. So I need to copy the link and then paste it directly from VS Code, right?
yes.
Okay.
Do you still have
Okay.
it? Did I need to?
I
Oh, of course.
think
Yeah,
it-
it's in the chat.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
There we go. So it won't just let you click the link and open it up for some reason. Like you've got to
Oh,
actually open it in VS Code.
yes. That's interesting.
Mhm. But I see it.
Cool. Okay, so you get all my code then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there, yeah, it says. I love how it says. It shows the cursor, and then it says the person's name by it.
Yeah.
So I just added vendor because it said I had like 4 million files to commit,
Ooh.
and that's where I mean that's basically like the node modules directory.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Those will get you.
Yep. So let's see here. Added that, and then oh, if I open a terminal, does it show me doing anything in a terminal on your screen?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the gitignore file real quick because holy moly, I should have added that path ages ago. Cool. And then what else? Looks like I had. Oh, I could also. So I have 4 files, but then there's the other path thing. I don't really know. I always use the command line for my commits because I'm paranoid about them. So discard all the changes, and then there's stage all changes. So I want to stage them. And then I want to commit them. So, and then control enter. Okay. The latest changes for handlers and routes, plus some CQL extras. 15 over, well, why is that? Whatever. One character over. Okay, I'm just taking the period off. Oh. Well, how do I... Ah, there we go. So my control enter is mapped to something weird, and I haven't figured out what it is, and I haven't unmapped it yet. So, okay, that seems to have gotten it. I was pretty sure I had some code sitting out there still. So that was literally just I tweaked the. So I think I made one change to the model. Yeah. Oh, I have tabs in here. And I was totally being anti-tabs on Twitter this morning.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, so bad. So bad. I have been fighting with this file and that literal issue, though. Because there's the go format command, which redoes stuff. I think if I just type go format, will that do it? Should do it. I'll let it think about it for a minute. But there's go format, and then there's the linter, And then there's the IDE settings, right? So I think mine are in conflict, and every time I'd close and open the file, it would change like where all the stuff is lined up in this particular file. So like all these JSON bits would be pushed out to weird spaces and stuff.
Oh, that's annoying.
So, and now they're all ridiculous looking because they have tabs, spaces, oddball spaces, and then tabs. Oh, well.
You should check the whiteboard.
Okay. It's a whiteboard. Did you figure it out?
I did. Oh, man.
What?
Well, I guess we have to be whiteboarding at the same time.
Oh, do I need to focus attention?
I don't know. How do I do that? Oh. Yeah. I drew something cool, but you can't see it.
Oh. Well, how does that work? That's not fair. Can you see mine?
Yeah, I see yours because, okay, let me show you what it looks like now. How should I drop it in Slack?
Oh, this is... I also just look below in contacts, and it says recent contacts you, and then suggested contacts me. I wonder why I'm a suggested contact to myself.
That's weird. All right, check Slack out. It's basically
That's epic. So good. Oh, I gotta... Let's see if I can copy link. I gotta show everybody your picture. Wait a second. So I drew over your picture. Oh, yeah. Because we have to open it at the same time.
I think that's
that makes sense. Yeah, there's probably some. That's weird. So draw something else on there now. Oh yeah. So like, I can see a dot on there now, and an O. Smiley face. Excellent. Yeah, the whiteboard's gonna be cool. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really good for prototyping, like just very basic.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to do a web page layout or something like that. Or...
Here's the other crazy thing too. So my laptop has a touchscreen. Totally gonna use it. Except I'm also on this. So now I know I'm gonna be torn because I can use the touchscreen to draw stuff, but in my office, I have the big ultra wide screen curved monitor to do streaming with, which makes streaming a lot easier because then I can see like chat and all the other stuff. But now I'm gonna just have to run dual monitors, and whenever I need to like actually draw on the whiteboard, I'll open it and then move the VM over to that monitor, and then draw on that monitor.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'll do. Yeah. Awesomeness. Now I see eyeballs in there again. Yeah, this could get really fun. Also distracting. Yes. Well, that doesn't hurt. It's good fun for it all.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, with that, per the 8 million pages of presentation material that I still need to get done.
Same.
We'll bid the internet's farewell for now. Get started on that and hope to see everybody on our next stream, which will probably be next Friday. Yes, it will be next Friday. And then we'll be at Accelerate. So, awesomeness.
Twitching also.
Yep. Everybody have lots of fun. Peace.
Have a good weekend.